Whether you're brand new to tabletop role-playing games or you're a veteran player like myself, the first session with a new character is just as important for us players as it is for the GM. And if this is the first time you're ever in the GM or DM chair, it can be daunting. And I have to tell you, I have something very special and exciting to talk about with you today. Hello everyone, my name is Gregory, this is 1 in 20 DnD, and I have something fantastic to share with you all today. I'm going to get right into it. The first session of any game, whether it's Dungeons & Dragons, my longtime love and probably favorite tabletop role-playing game, or any other system, is very important. The first session, it could be a session 0 or just the first time you bring the character to the table to actually play with. You're establishing the character's personality. You're figuring out how do these skills and abilities work and so forth. And even if you're a veteran player and you've been playing the game for years, every character you create is going to be unique and have different quirks and characteristics to figure out. So my friend Kim Hanley has created a fantastic Session 0. Now this can also be a Session 1 or it can be even just a one-shot. I love it. I'm gonna let her take over and tell you all about it first, and then I'll tell you my own thoughts afterwards.
Thanks, Gregory. Hi, everybody. I am very excited to have the opportunity today to share with you my very first published adventure. It is called the Sextet. As the name implies, it is built around 6 core encounters, 1 per D&D 5e ability score. And the way this adventure came about was I needed a Session 0 for my own campaigns. And I didn't want to just do the typical you meet in a tavern and get into a bar brawl kind of content for them. I wanted to give them something a little bit different. So I cooked up this obstacle course. The way it works, they get dropped in. There's a couple of different plot hooks for it. In my case, I skinned it once as a god was testing them to see if they were worthy of being tapped as the chosen ones to save the world. In another campaign, I reskinned it to be the proving grounds as they sought admittance to an adventuring guild. So it's very flexible in that regard. There's some advice at the beginning on how to sort of give it that little bit of a tie-in if that's something that you'd like to do, but it does nicely stand alone. What's great is this gives your players the opportunity to stress test their characters, right? Each challenge is very focused on a particular skill set, and you can quickly find the strengths and weaknesses of your character as well as the party collectively as you work through them one by one. If nobody brought a strong character to the group, the strength challenge is going to slow them down a bit. If everybody decided to make intelligence their dump stat, the puzzle is going to be an issue. So it gives them that chance to find what kinds of encounters they're going to need to give extra caution and extra care to in the subsequent campaign right off the bat in a very kind of straightforward way. It's also extremely friendly to onboarding new players for this reason, right? You put them in a room, the charisma room, and you can very digestively walk them through, okay, you have deception, you have persuasion, you have intimidation. These are your charisma skills. This is how you can use them. This is how they affect the situation that you're in. And rinse and repeat for each of the ability scores so they can get a feel for what they are in digestible chunks, right? You're not overwhelming them by throwing them into a full dynamic scenario. They have these focused challenges that they can go, okay, so in intelligence, okay, it's investigation, it's history, arcana because I'm a magic-y person, and it lets them work through that in kind of a simple way. So as a Session 0, the biggest thing is scalability, right? If you are starting at a higher level, a level 1 adventure doesn't help you any. So while the base text is written for a party of 3 or more level 1 players, there is a ton of advice in there on scaling it up appropriately, right? You want to be able to challenge the group that you have without having to do a ton of work making adjustments and whatnot in order to have it play smoothly for your group, right? So there is a lot of advice in there. There are mechanics that you can like variant mechanics that you can add to the encounters to up their difficulty as you bring higher level groups up against it. The challenges themselves are all skill centric, so sliding the DCs up and down very quickly dials in that challenge to be the appropriate for your party, right? If you do have 6 wizards in your group and you put them in the stock version of the strength room, they're going to be stuck there forever, right? So that's why you can adjust the DCs. You slide them down a little bit for your wizards, you slide them up for your higher level groups, and everybody gets an opportunity to feel that sense of accomplishment that comes from overcoming a difficult challenge without running them into the brick wall because they didn't bring the right tools with them, right? You want to make sure that they can accomplish it, but appropriately challenge them so they know where their limits and where their weaknesses are. Everything in this is scalable, including the combat encounter that comes up in there too. Everybody gets a little taste of combat in Session 0. So there are 2 different CR versions of the stat block, a low and a high. It includes this brand new creature that I made here called a Gemini dog. Look at how beautiful she is. 2-headed construct dog there. And there is advice in there on building the encounter appropriate to the level of your party. If you used a low CR, against a level 1 party, you'd use the low CR monster, 1 or 2 of them, and that's plenty. If you bring a higher level group, you may want to use the higher CR version. You can mix and match. You can use 1 of the highs and 2 of the lows to make like a pack of Gemini dogs. And all of that advice is in there to help make sure that no matter what level party you bring against it, it works successfully for you in that situation. I am very proud of how it turned out. I took advantage of Laura Herzberner's template on the DM's Guild to get the formatting looking as nice as I possibly could for you. I ran it through extensive playtesting and editing to make sure that it runs smooth for people who aren't in my head and not just me. We have fantastic art by Ty Burris, who recently ran an Aether and Steamworks Kickstarter that was very successful. He did a fantastic job with the cover and interior art that really sets the mood for a lot of these encounters, and he did this beautiful Gemini dog. I love her so much. It's a really great adventure. It's a ton of fun. I've had nothing but great feedback from everyone who's had a chance to play it so far, and I would love for you to take a look and give it a shot with your own group, and just would love to hear how it goes for you if you do. So thanks so much, everybody, and thank you, Gregory. I'll kick it back to you.
Thank you, Kim, for introducing me to your little mini adventure, the Sextet. It's incredibly well designed. I love everything about it. The art inside is amazing. The adventure itself is compact, succinct. It's going to be easy to run, and it's interesting. I mean, as a player, I would love to go through this little adventure, and as a GM or DM, I could see it being a perfect way to both introduce players that have never tried Dungeons and Dragons before, as well as take experienced players and bring them together with new characters in a new group and just have lots of fun. And not only that, you're absolutely right that even if it's a group that's been playing together for a while, I could see throwing this in as a side quest just to break up some of maybe the monotony or the stress of the campaign that you're in, and just having some fun with the characters and with the players. I love everything about it. It's so well designed and thought out. You did a fantastic job with this. I'm thrilled to share this with my viewers here, because I think you're going to find that if you're looking for something new, unique, and easy to run, as well as something that's fun and exciting and your players are going to enjoy, you definitely want to go and check this out. It's available now. I'll include all the information you need below this video in the notes and details. I'll also let you know you can go to kimhanley2.itch.io. I'll put that here on the screen for you to make it easy and find out more. The Sextet is just a fantastically simple, clean, and beautiful adventure. It's so much fun. It's perfect for a session 0 or a session 1. Great way to introduce new players to D&D that have never played before, and it will also be fun for veterans and experienced players alike. I love this adventure. I love the idea. It's such an important thing. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Setting the tone for your game is probably the most important thing to do in your session 1 and session 0. Besides setting up your ground rules and, making sure you have a safe, friendly environment, safety tools and all of that, I think the next most important thing is what kind of game are you going to run? And you can do that with an adventure like Kim designed easily. You can set the tone, you can set the mood, and you can introduce yourself to the characters that are going to be in your story and introduce your characters to the story you're going to help them tell. I love this adventure, Kim. You did a fantastic job. I can't wait to see more from you, and I look forward to playing a game at your table someday. Another fun fact about the creator of this incredible adventure, Kim is actually a player in one of my favorite RPG podcasts, the Dice Tyrants production Savage Worlds A Terrace. Check her out in that game. She plays a fantastic character, Lua. And not only that, the artist for this amazing project is none other than Ty Burris. You can find him at Lot Evenstar, and his art is featured in this, as well as his own game, Aether and Steamworks, which I am thrilled to be a part of on Thursday nights. So come check out the Dice Tyrants crew. They're doing amazing things over there. Check out Kim's adventure. I know you will be as thrilled with it as I am. If you have any questions or comments for myself or Kim, make sure you post them on the video here. By the way, if you love D&D and ttrpg games as much as I do, check out one of these next. I'll see you at a table someday. Keep rolling 20s until then, my friends. And remember, it's your game, play your way. Hey, if you liked this video and you want to know more, check out these over here. I hope to see you at a tape. And remember,